Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 5 of my Skylines series, Ardes, where we're building an French-styled region. So, in the last part, we started by building a lot of fields, and this is also what we will be doing today. So, we will only be building fields for this episode again, because we need a lot of fields. So, I want to have them quite well detailed, too close to the our village there, due to the fact that I think it would be very realistic to have something very much used and very good looking close to a village. And when we're going to take off the land, won't be so much detailing. There will still be a lot of trees and stuff like this. So yes. So what we are starting right now is the layout, and this layout will definitely be changed later on, but we will be continuing with this one in some minutes. But at first I want to do this like forest there because it's copy pasted, and this was just like one thing that I wanted to do so that I can proceed with the village. And yes, so what I'm doing there is just like connecting another field, and we will mainly build on another side of our village. I'm sorry, I'm not quite well right now with my health, but I think it should be okay because I wasn't feeling too good today. I wasn't feeling like so good today, but right now it's actually okay. So I'm doing this voice recording because just like want to do it because right now, and I want to just like bring a video out on this weekend, and I wouldn't have any time then on this day right now. And it's actually right now Saturday at 19 o'clock. So you now know this, and so we can proceed in the video, I think. So there, I'm right now configuring this whole thing there, and I was considering to do a very small field there, but I've changed it to a big one there because smaller ones are also realistic, but there are a lot of bigger ones, at least here in Austria, and it's just the grid is turning out perfect. I love it, and it's just to give me the possibility to do so many things with this grid. And yes, maybe you just like think about now why this is in a grid. Basically it isn't a grid, but I think we can call it a grid due to the fact that it is just like built like in a grid style. And yes, so what you can just like see there is me trying to do field that isn't just a square, and this isn't too easy because these are decals, and if they are sticking over themselves, it's looking very weird. But it was possible in the end because the clipping would be a problem, but there was no clipping in the end, so I will take it. So right now we're placing some hay bales and later on also fence there, just to get it some details, and just like to think about the fact that it is just like very important for me to have some small details like this because they're doing irregularities, and irregularities are pretty realistic in the real life world because you've always some irregularities, because just like you can't get everything right and everything the same. And yes, so what you're seeing right now is me building an entry to this field. These entries I've changed completely from my last episode. I did them there. I'm just like moving the path into it, that it looks like the path is just continuing, so that it wouldn't have two different textures for the entry and the right, because it would be very weird in my opinion. So back to the video, we are right now placing some vineyards and just like adjusting the grid again, because the adjustments are always done because I want to fit in some things that I definitely need, and then just like some detail like here. So detailing is in these places is very important, and I've just did it with some trees and also some cypresses I think later on. And yes, so there will be also part in the video where I'm just like stunned by the traffic, how well it flows on my pre-built intersection. You will see this in some minutes, I think in about 5 minutes, but I think actually traffic in this whole area is pretty good, and we will also talk about this later on. And one thing that I'm doing there is experimenting with trees, because I think we definitely need more trees, because you wouldn't have just like three trees types in a village. You have a lot of them, and so I wanted to do this, and yes. So this is basically just the explanation what I'm doing there, and this was just like 5 minutes of me just like looking at trees and thinking what I could use there and how I could use them and if I can use them there and if I can fix them in there and just like scram them in there and give it a very realistic look. And then I've changed it to the normal cypress. Just like because I wasn't happy with any of them, so I took this one and we will maybe building other ones later on. So we are right now at building more fields. I love fields and we need more of them because, and just like to one house I think you can say there could be up to 10 fields, and this means that I have to build a lot of them and also just like do this. Actually I think the next episode will be one of the kind of maybe building something in a village or building a power plant, because I want to build a power plant, a coal power plant, and it will be down the river, so it would go with the river flow, and we would just go about 2 kilometers I think, and then just like build there some cables and some wires just like to the city to get them connected to our grid with the like electricity. So this like power plant should be looking very old and not so modern, and I will have to take a look on Steam Workshop if we can find some for good looking ones for them, and also something that for recycling and water plantage, not plantage, water treatment, because I think this is something that we definitely need if you want to keep on with our realism. So we are right now fencing in everything and later on also deleting some of them. And we are also doing some more details there. It's just like something like a small parking bay. You sometimes have to in Austria when you have suddenly there a small place where you could just like park a tractor or your car if you have an emergency. And this is something very common. And so I thought I would add in some details like this because they're working great for me and they're just like giving a very interesting look to this whole area. So here again I'm deleting the fence and getting in some nature. And actually I think one of the most important things for an area like this is the nature. Because just like nature is something that is very well needed by the people, because of like there are some experiments where you can just like see that the people want to have trees in their close range because trees are just like better for the health and giving them just like a better feeling about this. And we're right now detailing the street view of this whole area, so what you would like see from the street, and this is actually a great thing to do because I like to make something like this because this is the main part that the people will see from there if they're just like driving by. So this was something very important for me and I've wanted to make something great looking there and just take a great detail of them. So this is actually one of the most important things that you could do in a village, and what I mean with just like the most important thing is it's just like representing the village to everyone who's driving by, and a lot of people are very curious about how the villages appears to other ones and what impact does it have on them. So this is something that I've tried to achieve, and I think I also achieved it in the end, and it is looking great. I love it. I'm actually in love with this project right now because I love it to build high skyscrapers, so this will definitely be my next project, but I also love it to just like build some very small and calm villages and detail them. I love work like this. So at this point I want to say thank you for watching. I will now leave you with building some forests, and I just want to say thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video and you haven't subscribed to me yet, I would appreciate if you'd consider subscribing to me. It helps me a lot and it just like gives me the power to reach more people, and if you want to tell me something or want to say something about my series, I would appreciate it if you would do this in the comments, and I will try to answer every single video, not like every single comment on every single video. Also, if it's another video on my channel that you're interested in and you want to say me something about this, do it, and I will get through the comments and write right back to you or talk to you in the next episode if it's something relevant for everyone. And yes, so I will leave you for this video and for now, and hopefully we'll see yourself back in another video of mine, and have a great day. Bye.